This is the VOA Special English Agriculture Report. Sorghum is an important grain for Africa. Millions of Africans have more to eat because of Jevisa aegypti. The Ethiopian scientists developed sorghum seeds that can resist long dry periods. The seeds can also resist the Striga weed, a big cause of crop failures in Africa. Now his work has earned him his year's World Food Prize from the World Food Prize Foundation in Des Moines, Iowa. Secretary of State Hillary Clinton made the announcement in Washington in June. She pointed out that Professor Ejeta did not just develop the seeds, he also worked to get them to farmers. He will receive the $250,000 award at a ceremony in October. He is the only second African to win the prize since it was established in 1986. Modi Jones, a rice expert from Sierra Leone, was the winner in 2004. Jevisa Jetta is a professor at Purdue University in Indiana. Over the years, he has worked with the farmers and seed companies and developed more than 80 seed types for Africa. In the early 1980s, Professor Ejeta developed the first sorghum hybrid seeds. This resisted droughts and led to a major increase in production. Drought is not the only enemy. Striga is the parasitic weed that Africans commonly call witchweed. The plant attacks sorghum and other crops and steals water and nutrients from the roots. In the 1990s, Jevisa Ejeta and another Purdue researcher, Larry Butler, identified the complex relationships between Striga and sorghum plants. That finding led to the development of seeds resistant to both Striga and drought. Jevisa Ejeta was raised in a one-room hut in a rural village in west central Ethiopia. His mother wanted to get an education. He walked 20 kilometers to school in a neighboring town. He left home on Sunday nights and returned on Friday. For secondary school, he attended an agricultural and technical school. It was established by Oklahoma State University under the American government program. From there, he received an invitation to study at Purdue, where he earned a doctoral degree. But Professor Ejeta has never forgotten his African roots. Today, he encourages other scientists to turn their attention to Africa's needs. And that's the VOA Special English Agriculture Report. Transcripts and MP3s of our reports are at voaspecialenglish.com. This is a VOA Special English. Compost is a dark, rich material added to soil to improve it. Compost is produced when bacteria and fungi break down organic matter, aided to insects, earthworms, and other organisms. This natural recycling returns nutrients to the soil. Some experts advise adding 5 centimeters of compost for every 15 centimeters of turned soil. More and more people are making their own compost at home. Composting can reduce the amount of garden and cooking waste that will otherwise go into public landfills. Monica David from the University of Illinois Extension oversees the Master Gardeners program in her state. She explains that you can make a compost pile or dig a pit or use a waste container with holes cut in the side. There are different methods of composting. Some take more work, others take almost no work, but may require waiting up to a year. Advice about composting can be found from extension services at garden centers and books and on the internet. For example, the New York State Department of Environmental Conservation lists some do's and don'ts of composting on its website. Do outline small amounts of wood ashes or crushed eggshells to the compost pile. This will neutralize acids which may form and cause a bad smell. Do mix grass cuttings with other wastes to loosen them up. And do keep the compost pile damp, especially during dry periods. Do not use unfinished compost. It will rob plants of nitrogen instead of acting as a fertilizer. Do not compost weedy plants with lots of seeds. Some seeds will not be killed during the natural heating process in composting. Do not add meat, fish bones, or fatty food wastes to the compost mixture. Protein materials do not readily decompose and they will bring animals. And finally, do not add diseased vegetable plants to the pile if the compost will be used on a vegetable garden. Diseased organisms may reappear if you do. Compost differs from mulch, but it can be used as mulch. Mulch is placed on the top of soil to protect it. Mulch is generally used to a height about 10 centimeters, but finer materials such as compost should only be 2.5 to 7.5 centimeters high. Too much mulch can restrict oxygen and water flow. And that's the VOA Special English Agriculture Report. For composting links, go to voaspecialenglish.com.